Japan calling, this is Japan calling, came the voice again from the computer screen. With a big smile, Dr. Hiro explained that they had been contacted by other survivors. But before he could say any more, he was interrupted in the most horrible way. Heather screamed. Nobody knew what to do. "We'll just have to wait," said the old lady, "and pray they're okay." Suddenly, the doorbell rang. Which was odd, as everyone we knew was already here. As it turned out, the old lady had telephoned the shopkeeper and junkyard owner. They offered to help with their wares, and were parked just outside if I needed them. This was one of the most valuable things I'd seen. boulder damaged the bridge. The bridge took another hit. One more hit and the bridge would collapse. The boulder. The boulder damaged the bridge. The boulder damaged the bridge. The bridge took another hit. One more hit and the bridge would collapse. I wasn't able to salvage much from this robot, just some containers full of a funny colored liquid. However, Heather was far more excited. "Wow," she said, "Dad told me about this, but I never actually saw it." She explained that, with a liberal coating on my joints and exposed areas, I would be able to submerge myself in water. I could now spend limited amounts of time swimming. Only 10 seconds or so, but it certainly sounded fun, just like... When I got back, I gave the circuitry to the old lady. It took her and the others a couple of hours to work out what to do with this part, but eventually we were ready to head up to the roof to fit it. Everyone else was worried that Mr. Preston had gone out hours ago. He was going to collect the mean machine and said he would only be 20 minutes. But Mr. Silton said he was sure he was fine, and we should set up the next satellite transmitter for the nice virus. Mr. Silton and I were finishing up looking over the satellite dish. There was one thing I had always wondered about his home life. Due to the way she looked after him, I asked him if Mrs. Silton was in charge. But for some reason he got really angry, saying of course she isn't. But then ironically, we heard Mrs. Silton calling. For once Mr. Silton ignored her. At least until she sounded really annoyed. Mr. Preston explained to Mr. Silton that he had been attacked by their old gang associates, but Mr. Silton just got angry and said, "What do they want?" I told them we don't have the money from the post office robbery. He seemed to think that if their old associates tracked them down, then he and Mr. Logan would be able to scare them off. But the old lady pointed out that they would probably be more scared by what she described as a dangerous rogue robot.